Hi everyone, comic book reviewer here. This time reviewing on issue 1 of Star Wars Tales of the Jedi Redemption. Now, as you know, Star Wars Tales of the Jedi Redemption was a 5-issue series that was meant to feature the redemption and the eventual reform Yurick Qui-Gon ended up training and helping Fema Sunrider, the daughter of Normie Sunrider, to become a Jedi. And the best way I would sum up redemption is about understanding, seeing, and realizing your mistakes, and trying to set yourself on the right path. So let's get on with the story. It starts off how, a ship is showing up at Yavin 4. We see how a pilot introduces the now depowered Yurick Qui-Gon to Yavin 4, and the guy says, don't talk much, do you? Once I take us in for a landing, you see what I mean. And we see how, due to the whole Sith Wars, what happened with his brother, and everything that happened during the whole Dark Lords of the Sith storyline, this is Yurick reliving bad memories, and him now understanding and seeing the harm that not only his past had done, but to those around him. And you can really get this sense that Yurick now has to live with all the pain, the destruction, and the deaths that he unintentionally caused. And we kind of see how he sees the spirits of not only his brother, but those who died or got lost in the crossfire. We see how in Ryloth, we see how a Jedi known as Tot tries to save everyone from a heat storm, and we see how despite everyone trying to save themselves, we see how basically Tot saying, "It is always a folly to run for a heat storm. Even a Jedi has no way to fight it." And we see how once everyone gets blown away, we see how he decides to use the Force to try and keep it under control. And we see how afterwards everyone finds Master Tot, but of course had been left badly burnt. But we see how there's a big coronation going on. And we see how Fema shows up in her white dress and introducing Master Thon, who says, "Are you too old to hug Master Thon?" "I'm glad you're here. My mum is so busy with the meeting, she's not bothering to greet anybody. Let me show you around." "Thon, greetings. I hope the Jedi have come to this coronation to listen for I have to say." And we see how, Normie Sunrider greets everyone around her, talking about the Jedi Order being rebuilt, new Jedi being trained and all that. And everyone from every planet listened to her. But we kind of see how, obviously, due to Fema being more about herself, and obviously, when you're still a kid, you still think you might be in the right. So, of course, does something reckless, steals a kind of mining ship, and decides to have a bit of fun. And this is where we see them saying, "Hey you, get back in formation! Idiot, can't you see that storm cells boiling in the chromosphere? Hey, I've got it under control." But we kind of see how something goes wrong right away. We kind of see how, Fema is kind of saved in the right time by Master Tot. But we kind of see how as soon as he saves her, Fema's mum basically scolds her for doing something reckless, stupid, irresponsible, and completely unethical. But we even see how she points out that she would have done more if she got trained as a Jedi. But we kind of see how on an ice-like planet, we kind of see how the pilot mainly says, "The civilization here died when the glaciers came, but you'll find plenty of structures still intact. Be careful now. With the big fall, a lot of landscapes is unstable." But we see how they make their way to some of the old landscapes where the civilization died a long time ago. And yeah, Yurik being seeing where it is, and him saying, "Yes, gone. I am satisfied. This place will do nicely." And this is the story. So, my best thoughts with issue 1 of Star Wars Tales of the Jedi Redemption is that it is trying to show deep down Yurik is trying to escape not only from his past, but the damage his actions, his behavior, his mindset, and the harm how others got affected had done to him. This really just shows you how you can do a redemption story done right. Show it to a character who now realizes the mistake, and now realizing that even if they do own up, or even have to come back, they still have to face the reality of not only the accusing eyes, but the pointing fingers, people accusing them, as well as having to face the reality that some people will find you hard to trust or see in a positive light if you have done things that have violated their trust. It is a constant reminder that redemption means owning up and seeing your mistakes and trying to slowly earn back people's trusts. So it definitely does deserve a thumbs up. Still good and still alright. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.